And welcome to the 2014-15 wrestling season. We're opening this season here at Colerain High School, and we're going to be seeing a tri-meet between Colerain, Ross, and Hamilton. The first of these matches will be conducted between the Cardinals of Colerain and Hamilton's Big Blue. I'm Dave Bean, and with me is my very long time cohort.
Don't say how long. Right?
Greg Klein, and joining us also on the floor with a floor mic to get some other insight into things is Tim Cunningham. And like I say, the first match out of the bag today is going to be the Colerain and Hamilton competition. So, Greg, what do you got to say for the beginning of the season here?
Well, it's good to get started. They've all schools have had a few matches under their belt. They're both seems like they've got like 4 or 5 matches under them. So it's not completely like, but it's still early. You got some kids that haven't come to the final weight, and so they're still hitting their alpha yet, and they haven't going to be where they're going to end up when we see them at the end of the year, probably down a few weights here and there.
Yeah, we're going to be starting at 120 pounds in this meet. So,
2 first-year head coaches this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Aaron Goebel from
head coach from
Hamilton.
Hamilton is what's his name?
Aaron Goebel. I think.
Aaron Goebel.
Yeah.
And from Colerain is Chris Hotop, and you're going to hear from Chris. We're going to let him do some introduction of his wrestlers as they move on the mat, and we're going to try and talk to some of the Colerain wrestlers at the end of things too. We're trying something different here. We've got Tim over there with a mic, and there's the first of the.
Hamilton's only got like 7 or 8 guys, so we're going to see like
7, 8, yeah,
several forfeits.
Yeah,
so
right here at the beginning there'll be a couple of because they've only got 1 kid here up to 100.
They got a junior high program. They got 30 kids, but his problem is he's got a lot of kids in the same weights and no kids in some weights. So
okay, we're going to try and get Coach Hotop on the match here with
hey Dave,
Tim right now.
First-year head coach Chris Hodop. We're going to try something a little different this year. Maybe he can let us know who he's putting out there and what weight, and give us a little background.
Yeah, this is Tanner Reilly. He's a freshman, up and coming, so this is his first year on varsity, obviously. Rough start, but we're definitely looking forward to what he can do. He's wrestling 132 right now, so he is wrestling up. I look for him to be kind of lower in the weight a little bit later this year. So, we got a lot of freshmen this year, and we're going to take our lumps, but I'm really excited about the future of this program. So.
That's the way they get better. Start them young and keep them going. All right, Coach, we'll check back in a minute.
Thank you.
This is Trad Cooper for Hamilton. Hamilton's in the blue and white with the big blue, and the Cardinals in their traditional red and black.
Hamilton's coach comes from Springboro, maybe different type of program, different new thing for him too. So just kids learning his style, and he learning the program and kids with he's got. So he's new with it. So we'll see how this goes today.
Well, Real is a freshman, and that marks him as being relatively inexperienced, but he gets in on a nice shot there on the double. He didn't finish it.
Good wizard, got his hips down. I think this is what we'll see a little bit of.
Good scramble.
First, the fact that the kids are young, plus early in the year, they're not going to. The finishes aren't going to be as good as they need to be necessarily. Some lost opportunities, getting close, but come January, February, these will be takedowns at that point. You got to put your head in the side on that if you want to get that around there. He's coming, but he doesn't have anything yet. The Hamilton wrestlers, yep.
He's open to it.
Well, Hamilton wrestler's going to get
he's going to get
fireman.
Fireman
he pops his head. Yep.
There he did, and that's because he didn't get his head inside, just like you were talking about. Okay, so Trad Cooper goes out on top, 2-0 here.
And he's driving. He's working for the half, which is good to see. Right now, he's turning him. He's going to reverse that half. He's going to step over it, come back the other way. Lift the elbow. He's doing a lot of good things here. The Hamilton Cooper.
Yeah.
Wrestling pretty nice.
I don't know if is he a freshman too? Do you know? We don't have the grade level on Hamilton wrestlers.
Where's that sheet?
That's the end of the first period, and Trad Cooper of Hamilton leads 2-0.
5-0.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, back points 5-0. And we need to get our scoreboard turned up the other way.
You know, just
Cooper,
like
we're
the
trying to make
first
trying
match,
to make trying to make Colerain look good, but it's Hamilton that's out in front.
5-0. It's our first match too, so you and I will probably make mistakes too. Not
You've
likely,
never made a
but not
mistake.
likely. But I just said maybe.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Hamilton. You know, I've noticed he likes to wrestle with his head down, and he's coming around back. So now 7-0. Nice reversal. He came in with a fireman, and he kind of ducked in, and up and under for his reversal. Yeah, he gave up his leg there, which was not a smart move, trying to get that cradle.
Well, he's actually kind of
He's got
using
it, yeah.
that old. There was an old Michigan
I think
cradle,
he's gone.
and he
That's it.
pulled it in. Trad Cooper picks up a fall at 132 pounds.
12-6.
For 26 or 32?
No, 132.
32 in this first match here of the evening, and Hamilton jumps out in front with
Well, they're down 12-6, but because they gave it 2 forfeits up.
Yeah.
In the actual wrestling, they're kind of hard to give up 30 points and win a duel.
Yeah, obviously.
But
obviously.
Okay, well, who we got here now, Dave?
Okay, for Colerain. Well, we'll get that from Tim. But at 138 pounds, we have Isaiah Johnson Sino. And he came right out and got the takedown right off the bat. And they're out of bounds.
Coach, who's going out this time?
Another freshman, another one of the many freshmen we have on the team, Ben Romero. Wrestled a few years over at White Oak and getting his first chance at varsity with an injury to Blake Winnican, one of our seniors. He's stepping right in, and we're ready to look forward to what he's got. So
there you go. Thanks.
Well, this freshman is into a little bit of a firestorm here with Isaiah, who got the takedown right off the bat, and then gave up the escape. So it's really 2-1, and the scoreboard's wrong. There's a takedown. Romero of Colerain with the takedown, and it puts in a nice half. Rolled Isaiah over on his back. Didn't get back points right away.
That's his little flip-flop.
And ends up with a gives the reversal.
30 seconds left in the period. 4-3. We think the local scoreboard's a little off, but
yeah, the board here in the room isn't up to date.
I think they're having just like anything else.
We got it locking hands, an escape.
So we don't know what the score is.
I don't know what that means up there. The scoreboard doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I think our scoreboard here on the mat.
Okay, we got it's 4-4. Score is 4-4.
Should be 4-4 because there was a penalty point there.
So here we go. Oh, nice.
A cradle. Isaiah
He's got to come to the other side with that if he wants to do anything.
Yeah, otherwise he gets reversed and pinned.
Well, I like to see these guys. They're making airs of aggression rather than no points. No points. He was trying to get the escape.
4-4 going into the second.
Tanner Reilly versus Trad Cooper.
This is, no, this is Romero. Ben Romero and Isaiah.
We still get
Isaiah
we're on the
Johnson.
wrong weight again here at our board here on our graphics. We're at
38 pounds.
Yeah, so we've already done that match. So we got to get up to speed on the names here. Isaiah Johnson.
We have 138 right now?
Yes,
138.
sir. So we'll get that corrected here.
Yeah, starting out at 120 with as many forfeits as there are in this match is a pretty complicated. Makes it a pretty complicated
We'll
issue.
get it straight. 138.
Now we've got discussion with the referees to get the score corrected.
Here we go. See what I'll find out what's going on.
Now we're looking.
Team score should be 12-6.
Yeah, I agree.
Two forfeits in that.
Actually,
Colerain and
Okay, we're getting the score corrected. Colerain's winning 5-4. 5-4 Colerain. 5-4 Colerain. We get this score corrected.
I can't.
What are we worrying about here?
It's just the forfeit points.
Oh. So now it's 6-4. Colerain's winning.
Another escape.
Ferrero makes it 6-4.
For both of them are inexperienced wrestlers. It's pretty obvious. But
Front
they're
headlock
both
here.
working hard.
Front headlock now. He's just got to get below the headlock. That doesn't do any good. Instead,
but he muscles it through too. Isaiah.
6-6.
And here comes
Yeah, you don't want to put the front headlock in and go below it.
Romero up.
Stay above it. He's going to cut him loose. 7-6.
He'll get back on the feet.
1 minute and 10 seconds left.
We're down in the last minute of the second period.
Looking for a little snap here, and then
It's 138 pounds. Colerain Hamilton dual match.
he's got him down on his knees, which is
Coach Hotop has been an assistant here at Colerain for the past several years. I didn't see how long, but this is his first year, and he does have a lot of youngsters.
oh, nice double. Nice double, and he goes right for the half. I like that. You teach it. He's going to turn him.
Driving for it here.
Yeah, turns his head away. He's got to turn his head
Romero,
away. Really,
Romero fought it and broke it really well. That's a nice job.
Yeah, nice job. So 8-7. 8-7. 8-6, isn't it? 8-7. 8-7. Right, you get another escape. Yeah. So Hamilton takes down.
Third period. Isaiah Johnson Sanu.
Nice little ankle grab there.
Half in.
Riley's trying to throw the half from the back.
If you're going to do that, you got to be out to the side where you can't get cramped down.
That's a confidence thing too,
Oh yeah.
Comfort level.
Yeah.
Caution.
They have a caution.
Gotta wait till he gets ready.
I think he.
Second caution. He's got to wait for the official.
No, he's talking about where he put his knee, head contact.
switch, come up,
Nice.
nothing yet. Good.
Way
Out
to
of
stay
bounds.
with it.
Yeah,
That's a good job.
Really dropped down, got control before the Johnson Sanu could get his hips out.
Boy, these new guys, these young guys, this time of year, they're beginning to have a. There's
1
a point.
Yep.
For Johnson Sanu.
Tie match. 8-8.
8-8.
No, 9-7. 9-7.
You're right. It's 9-7.
So he's going to pin himself. He doesn't watch it.
Back points.
That's a bad. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Got caught with that with his head down. So it's 14-7 right now. There's a pin. That was a good match, and then just one mistake like that. Boy, that really hurts you. As you can see here, look, he gets his head down right here. As he comes through, see the Colerain wrestler's head's on the mat.
Yep.
And, boy, you just can't do that. Got to keep high shoulders.
Maintain elevation. Maintain elevation.
So now we're at 145.
And this should be a. Who did they move?
Well, I think Colerain's moving Reyes up to 52. I'm almost sure. So we're forfeiting 45.
I mean, Hamilton's moving Reyes up.
No. Which one? Or I apologize. The 45. What do we got here? Josh Daniels is going 52. Yeah, Reyes did one forfeit at 45. Now 52 is Josh Daniels, and he wins. He wins by forfeit. So that was forfeit at 45, forfeit at 52. Now we're at 60, and our matches should be Anthony Fries from Colerain versus Jared Stewart. Hamilton.
Man, I can't keep these guys straight when we run through these.
So we're at 160, and so we should have gotten. Hamilton should have 18.
24-12 is what I have. Yet another forfeit.
Now,
Lost a pin.
Hamilton's had 2 pins plus a forfeit.
And 2 forfeits.
No, 1.
Well, anyway, we got a takedown right now. And
All right, Coach, where are we at now?
This is our 160-pounder junior Anthony Fries. Been working good job JV last few years, finally getting a chance to step up to varsity, and looking good so far. So really excited.
Yeah, you can tell a little more experience than the freshman you put out there a couple years ago. Look just like you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For this match, there were 2 forfeits.
Yeah, 1 for Colerain and 1 for Hamilton.
That would make the score.
Which one's Colerain?
Okay, Fries is a pretty good control here. The Hamilton wrestler, Jared Stewart, looks like he's pretty inexperienced out there. And Fries has background. As a matter of fact, Fries is a junior, so he knows what he's been there and done that.
Yeah, well, this is important because the team score is 18-18 right now. So we've got a, significant, these
well,
matches
Hamilton,
come apart.
Colerain and Hamilton met in a team meet last weekend in a.
He's going to turn him. This could be. He's got
a half.
Now he's got to get his hips out.
He's a little bit far over on that.
Yeah, but he's got it. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
He just muscled into that one.
So Anthony Fries. So 24-18 Colerain.
And but just a week ago, these two teams met in a pool, and in the crossovers they wrestled again and again, and Colerain came out on top in that kind of competition.
Well, the nice thing is that it's now we got 170. Is it Francisco?
Okay, here we are at
Allen.
170. We have Francisco Allen
From
of
Hamilton.
Hamilton,
Yeah.
and we're looking for the Colerain.
Paulo Signe.
All right, Coach, you get your pin there from your junior. Takes you up to 24-18 lead. Who you sending out here now?
Once again, another freshman getting a chance for first time on varsity, Paulo Signe. One of the more decorated kids coming up from middle school last year. Just now won a wrestle off and was able to wrestle varsity this week. So he's going up against a tough Hamilton kid here. So kind of a tough first varsity match to have.
There you go. Thanks.
Well, he's doing a good job so far.
Well, he's in trouble right now. Giving up. Yeah, scoreboards can't.
We can't trust the scoreboard.
24-18, and a Hamilton kid just needs to take his time here, which he finally has. And
Francisco Allen is one of these guys that comes at you from a lot of different directions.
Well, it's hard for a freshman to be wrestling 170. You know, that's your likelihood.
He's wrestling up on top of it. It looks like to me.
So we're gonna get.
He's down 5-0.
It's going to be 3 more, so it's going to be 8.
Yeah.
And this just takes it out of you too. You're working your butt off just to stay off the get your shoulders off. 35 seconds. So he's trying to. All right, there's 3, 8-0. Now he switched to the other side. If he can turn him again, he's getting a little anxious.
Stacked him. Took him right over the top.
Yeah. Didn't get down there, but he's got the cradle in. So
it's a tough way to. This is a tough way to win for or to get his start here at the varsity. But he fought his way through. That's a good job.
11-0 in the first period, but there's still some time left here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just kind of look at muscle definition for a freshman versus a junior senior.
Well, he's
makes
light.
a difference. Yeah.
Boy, these guys are both light.
Trial by fire.
This is Paulo Signe of Colerain, who's trailing here 11-0 going into the second period. His opponent's Francisco Allen from Colerain.
Now this is where you debate what you're thinking there is like, hey, you've just been worked over 11-0. Maybe you should try something different, like going from your feet or something.
Here's another.
Yeah, he's trying that power half, but Signe's turning away from it. You gotta be
Francesco is not a. I have a hard time believing he's a 170-pounder. He does not display the power that 70-pounders usually represent.
Well, it's kind of like where do you get in the lineup?
Oh yeah, true.
And this is his
you got to get in there.
He won his wrestle off, so obviously he couldn't. Maybe if he was sick, and that's the difference.
Yep. Well, and then he wrestled well in junior high.
Yeah.
And so, I've had kids that came
2 points.
Junior high, and then they hit the mat as a freshman, and oh boy.
Now it's 13-0 here, and just for our readers, 15-point lead is the technical fall, and the match is ended at that point as long as he's out of his pinning combination, which will be a 5-point victory for the team.
Driving the half again.
Yeah, he's got him turned. So it's he's either got to pin him here or it's over one way or the other. So he's already gotten his 2-point. So match is basically over here. Now the only thing the Hamilton kid can do is try and get a pin, and he doesn't. Yep, 2 points. So there's 15.
That's technical fall
for
Francisco Allen.
I don't think Paulo. Yeah.
6 points.
Signe came out there. He gave it his best for starting out, and he's learned. He's gotten over the big job is the first time out. Okay, at 182 pounds next, we come up here From Hamilton, we'll have Caleb Banks. And
except I think let's see if we got this right. They were moving Albert up to 195.
oh, really?
Yeah. And they were forfeiting at 182.
Well, now, wait a minute.
182 is forfeiting.
Okay,
Colerain
182,
forfeits. And then at 195, we're going to have Chris Albert from Colerain. Correct. Hamilton's winning 29-24. So team scores 29-24 Hamilton, and this is a little bit of maybe Tim can talk to us about this. They moved their 82-pounder up to 95.
And who you're sending out here now?
This is our 195-pounder, Chris Albert, a junior. This is his third year on varsity. He's two-time district qualifier. Actually looking to avenge a loss that he had last week. So he's been pretty pumped about this match for a week. So.
What kind of score was it last week?
You know, it was a close match. He got caught and pinned, but it was a closer match than a pin would show. So
he's ready to go.
So Brandon McKinney there from Colerain figures he's got the mojo on
From Hamilton.
on Chris, or from Hamilton. Figures he's got the mojo on Chris Albert. These comeback matches, these forfeits, excuse me, these comeback matches are always interesting.
Yeah, we're going to have a 220 match, and that's really it, I think, don't we?
And we have a one.
Well,
We'll have a
we've got
113 match.
A 13.
Yeah, I have
match.
2 forfeits coming up, so. But let's watch what we got here, you know.
That was that'll get you in trouble. That head and arm that he was trying to lock up there.
Especially the big boys, you know.
That it can get you into a lot of trouble.
Well, you got to keep your hips down, and if you get your hips up and get too elevated, look out.
I have a couple grandsons down in Tennessee who are just starting out in the sport, and they were telling me back around Thanksgiving about it. Ooh, there's a nice knee snatch.
Yeah, good takedown.
Nice takedown.
Well, I think that's the quicker wrestler there. Like Coach said, it was a closer match than.
Yeah.
He got caught. Sounds like he got caught, you know, and
that happens.
Giving up some strength and size. So
early in the year, you get overly confident. But these grandsons, they both got caught in head and arm, and we were having a discussion about how you avoid getting blown out with that.
Did Gramps get on the mat and show him?
Well, we did, kind of.
Yeah.
They're pretty small.
Well, no point. All right, so we got 2-0 for Chris Albert, 2-0.
Colerain is trailing in the dual meet right now, 29-24. And they have just 3 more matches to overcome that deficit.
Well, it looks like, well,
Albert
nice escape.
Gives out the escape, gives one. And McKinney now is within 1. Both are pretty short for the weight. McKinney being a little bit the taller of the two. Both have
to get that
compact bodies.
So, well, Albert's got to wrestle a little bit. Can't keep backing up, so McKinney's kind of forcing the action here. Nice little Russian shrug there.
The referee of this match is Randy Adams, the second official. The secondary officials over here.
Paul?
Yeah,
Bronco.
Paul Bronco is the
Second period.
edge of the mat.
Second period. This is the second period.
Again, that snag single. Picks it up again.
4-1 with 40 seconds to go in the second period. Even though the scoreboard at the field here is first. But they've got new table operators too. So.
And he gives up the escape. 4-2. And I see that Albert is.
He gave up that arm. If he'd have had that, he had a great fireman. 6-2. That's a half takedown there. He started and didn't finish it. And
That's. I bet you that's the way he got.
He's going to give
there's
him
a reversal.
2 and 2. And so it's 6-6.
Wow. Wow.
6-6. 6
Well,
to
that
6.
was pretty close. I'm not so sure on those backwards.
Well,
let's see if we see this again.
It's when he hits, even though he's not down there, if he sees the count, and you'll see it right here. Well, this is the takedown for the Colerain kid.
Yeah,
so.
that was
But
the earlier one. We don't see that.
6-6, third period.
That's the way it is anyway.
And quite honestly, Albert is, I would say, luckily the period did end.
Yeah,
because
he was
going to be a 3-point or
yeah.
more.
I was going to say that looks like that is a position that he got into.
You don't want to do it again.
And as a 3-year wrestler, he shouldn't have exposed himself that way.
Giving up the point of the weight and the strength. I think the kid is it McKinney? Yeah, just a stronger kid. I think he's given up, and he's given up 12 to 15 pounds. I don't know if when he knew that Hamilton didn't. I guess he had to weigh in at 82.
Yeah.
So 6-6. I'm going to call stalling.
Top man staying in line and not moving outside.
He's going to cut him loose. So it's going to be. He's given the point escape, so it's now 7-6. Chris Albert winning 7-6. They took neutral. You can just say, hey, we're letting him go. Give me the point. Now he's got 1:10 to take him down. But he's given up 3 takedowns already. Got the one head and arm reversal, but that's it. So now, and part of that was McKinney didn't want to get bumped for stalling because he was sitting back.
Yeah. This stage of the season, there's been so much time spent on takedowns, and you just haven't had enough time to work well in top position. So there is a tendency to give them away. And with the coach coming out of the Springfield environment, that would have presented some experience up there.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of throwing that's done.
Well, he's given now that what the Hamilton wrestler has to do is to force the action. He's got the warning for stalling, and instead of backing up, he's got to take the shot. There it is.
There's a double, but
got to do it again. 15 seconds. He's got to keep working. That's not where you want to be.
Chris Albert needs to be working. He can't just sit there and hope.
Oh my God.
He gave it up.
With 2 seconds to go.
Wow.
Well, folks,
wow.
Kids, that just shows you
wow.
what you got to do when you're down. You're down. You got to keep working. With 2.3 seconds,
Nice.
He comes in.
That was a nice little sit he used there
to
get out of there. Let's see that again. If we can see that sequence right away again. That was pretty nice. Here it comes again.
Well, he's underneath, which he doesn't want to be, and then you got to lock that head. You can't see how he lets go of the head.
Yeah, watch.
Now he's over.
Watch the hand control here. See that
he doesn't want to be.
Here he comes. There comes nice. Flips the hand out. Follows the hand.
If he'd have just maintained the head instead of going over the top like that, he could have blocked. Okay, so it's 32-24 Big Blue over Colerain Cardinals for now.
What was the score on that? I never.
9-8.
9-8.
9-8. So we're at 2:20 now, and
we have Dylan Tribby of Hamilton, and
all right, Coach, how about this one?
Another kind of rarity, but we got a freshman at 220, Jacob Davis. So, you know, had a pretty good junior high career. Now he's getting a chance to, you know, come up and wrestle varsity as a freshman. So,
what is that? 6, 7 freshmen in the lineup?
I think we have 6 or 7 in the lineup tonight. Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough assignment.
yes.
Get him off your head.
Well, first-year coaches, one of the things you got to do is get your program
That's true.
back, built up, and no matter what happens.
These both are in the GMC, so
Yeah. Well, you know, coaches don't retire after their worst when they got a lot of stuff coming back. They kind of stick around for another year. And last year with Colerain with the gray scales.
oh boy.
And I think you didn't want to miss out on that ride. So
Yeah, they had some horses.
yeah.
Yeah, they finished up. Where did they finish?
Yeah.
Well, they
220 pounders.
scored pretty well last year.
And they had the one kid that didn't wrestle.
He got
that
injured.
the
Disappeared.
football player.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was
Can't
a
remember his
returning
name.
placer, 160 pounder, I think of it.
This young man is crossing his feet, and he is going to get in trouble.
Well, his opponent's not real experienced either. So, and we're at 220. We're at the dancing level.
Yeah.
So we've talked about them many
The
times.
waltzing
These
bears.
guys are not as fast. He's warned the Colerain wrestler, I'm assuming, because that's red, for stalling. You can't shoot from tied up. All right, nothing first period. Red chooses down. Now this is a critical situation for a freshman, especially at this weight. You take down because you think you can get away. You got to be sure. You know, you got to maybe defer to the next period on this to find out what you got. He's locking hands, so that's a point.
If you score, you get bonus out of it, but he gets one. That moves Jacob Davis out to a 1-0 lead. I guess you're going to have to stand up again. I think I would. That would be my position.
Well, quite honestly, I think you should cut him to take him down. He's right, so they're going to cut him to I think you should cut him right now so you don't have that happen again. So which is
That's what his coaches just told him.
his coach told him to let him go, but he didn't know what he was talking about.
Oh, coach is trying to tell him
Both
stand
up.
him up. He doesn't. The kid doesn't.
Doesn't know what that signal
Yeah,
is.
I don't know what that is. This is early in the season, Coach. Give me a chance here.
So it's now 2-0. Jacob Davis, Colerain's winning 2-0. And so he needs that little snatch of that single, that leg sitting right there. Ooh, both of them. There
He
it is.
used that snag single in that last match effectively. And I'm sure that Davis and Albert wrestle one another quite a bit in practice. So, there it is again.
Yeah, but he's under too low. Now he's got the Hamilton kid's going to get behind him and get 2. So it's 2-2. Tribley versus Davis. Now again, I think we've got 2 inexperienced wrestlers here. He's going to. Best thing I've seen with Hamilton is they do attack the head and shoulders area. They are going for the.
They go for the
back
pin.
pins.
Yeah.
It's a lot. They're pretty aggressive.
Yeah, they do.
And so if you're going to teach them something, not a bad thing to teach,
Showing 3-2. Is that correct, or is it 2-2?
It's 2-2. it's 3-2.
3-2. Colerain in the lead with 20 seconds or so left in this second period.
I don't know how they got 4-2 here, but
I don't know how they did that either.
it's 3-3.
Oh,
Should be at
another
3-2.
takedown.
Now it's 4-3. It's 4-3. 4-3. It's 4-3. You got 5. It's 4-3. 4-3. You got.
you got a nosebleed. Blood from somewhere.
Hamilton got 2 takedowns. You got 2 escapes and a penalty and 2 escapes.
We're now, I don't think that's a nosebleed, and if it's not a nosebleed, then it's different. The blood time is different. No, it's not that different. There's no limit on the number of timeouts for bleeding. But if the bleeding isn't controlled after a cumulative 5 minutes, the match will end with the opponent winning by default.
Now see, the Hamilton kid in this period took both up, because last thing he needed was to be down and get turned or something and he's been stronger on his feet. So this has worked out perfectly for him. Now he's got takedown 6-3. And he's going to cut him loose. I think his coach is going to tell him to let. Oh. Again, working ahead. This is a freshman at 220 is a tough road to hoe. Hard work to do. We got a minute and 15. Quite honestly,
Reestablished. Chris Albert reestablished his
7-3. He's got stalling on Colerain, so 7-3. Third period, 7-4 now. Gives the escape. 45 seconds. This is where you can't get your head underneath like that. He's giving up the leg again. 7-4. It's just sliding. Very nice.
I think it's a question of endurance right now.
9-4. 25 seconds left in this match. Now, the Hamilton kid, who needs a, what's his name, Tribby, if he can turn him, that's a team point. That's going to be big with the way the score's going here. Because I tell you, it's going to come down to the 113-pound match, because it's going to be a 36-35 match at that point. So could be we got a heavyweight and a 6-pound forfeit. So it's going to come down to the last match of them, no matter what. So there's your winner.
9-4.
Dylan Tribby, 9-4. Now the next 2 weights will be forfeit for Colerain at 285 and forfeit for Colerain at 103 winners, which will now make
106.
Or 106, yeah. So
Big
those
change.
2 matches will give Colerain 12 points, which will put them ahead 36-35 going into the final match, which, hey, makes it a little exciting, doesn't it? Very seldom you see the 13-pounder have the match that ends the match, Usually it's the heavier weights and that, so it's kind of fun that they've, the way they've changed this. So we'll see what we got here. Who are our wrestlers?
That's Casey Cronin, a freshman, picks up the forfeit win. And here comes Kenny Byers
From
from he's from Colerain.
Yeah.
And he'll be wrestling Cameron Turco.
I think at least one of these guys is a freshman. I think the Colerain kid's a freshman.
All right, Coach. Looks like it's 36-35. You're up by a point. Winner of this match is going to take it. Who do you have out there?
Well, we've got he's a sophomore, but he was did pretty well as a freshman last year on varsity district qualifier. Kenny Byers. You know, he's one of those guys that when the match is on the line, it's 36-35. I fully trust that he can get out there and get us the win. So.
Who's he wrestling? Any idea?
I don't know the kid's name off the top of my head. I do not.
Well,
Byers picks up the
2-0. Yeah.
take down right away and tips into a cradle.
Yep.
I think Coach Hotop is in a good position here
He's
now.
got the right man in the right spot.
Watch out.
That's what. Yep.
Going to get recradled. Funny things happen in cradles. And that cradle isn't in there very well.
Well, he's in trouble right there.
Got to get his hips up and over. And Turco is smart enough to keep that leg.
Yeah, he's going to get put into another crossface cradle if you're going to watch
there
it.
He's going to get driven down.
Yep. So now he's got it set up. He needs to get his hip on this side.
Yeah, but you've got to get across. That's where you get pinned, right
He's
there.
going the wrong way.
Yep.
See? If anything, he should have come up, go the other way. Turco's
He better watch out. He's going to get reversed.
Turco's got to pop his head up, but he's not doing that. He's keeping his head down, which is good pressure by Byers.
But you can see he's got a little. He does have that experience, that year experience, and it's taught him a lot. He knew where to grab the ankle there to block that reversal attempt.
So we're going to get this first period at 4-0. Colerain, Kenny Byers, sophomore. It's been all his match so far. They're going to defer.
And so Turco is going to.
Well, he deferred to Byers, and Byers took top.
Okay.
So
I thought it went the other way, but okay. Turco on a long sit, and Byers stayed right with it.
Look at that crossface cradle. Now see
now
there, he went to the right side this time.
Now let's see if he uses his knee the right way.
Puts his knee in the hip.
Bottom knee in the hip. Oh, he's stepping across it. That actually loosens that. We may get it, but
He got the pin.
did.
Well, that did it.
Yeah.
And that finishes it for us. There's your winner. Colerain 42, Hamilton 35.
Yep.
So there's 1 out of 3, and the host team wins.
And
Good
that's
finish.
always a good sign when the homeboys win. That's good news.
Well, we're going to take a short break, I think.
Yeah.
Till we get Ross gets to wrestle Hamilton next.
Yep. And
So,
we'll see you back here with the
10 minutes or so.
Ross Colerain match.
Well, it won't be 10 minutes for you. We'll be right back.
I began producing and volunteering for Waycross when I was in the 7th grade. Since then, I have produced many programs that have won awards on the local, regional, and even national level.
Waycross Media was the ideal place for me. I just got involved in, as I say, as a hobby and continued on from there.
Anyone with a message that they want to share should come to Waycross, take the classes, and produce their own television show.
Okay, and we're back here at Colerain High School for the second match in this tri-meet with Colerain, Ross, and Hamilton. And the match we're going to see now is Colerain versus Ross. And this is going to be tough, I think, for Colerain. Ross is a very experienced team. We got a lot of well-placed wrestlers. They are a Division II team. But Colerain started this year with a lot of youngsters, right?
Yeah, well, except here in the first match at 132. We're starting at 132.
We should be starting at. No, it should
132.
be 32. Yeah,
132.
32.
And Micah Fields for Ross is a freshman. He's 1-6, and his opponent for Colerain is Tanner Reilly, I think.
No, got the wrong page.
It's not Tanner Reilly?
For Colerain?
Yeah, Tanner Reilly. Yeah.
Tanner Real, yeah.
Yeah, and they're both freshmen here.
Yeah.
So this will be kind of even. So as far as experience is concerned.
And they're already going at it. We're going to
get.
We're going to hear.
In the black and red, and Ross obviously has Ross on their front of their jersey, and Cardinals got the car.
And we're going to hear from Ross's head coach here in just a minute. Here he
Thanks,
comes.
Dave. Sitting on the Hamilton Ross side this time with Coach Rich Dunn entering number 20, 24th year. Coach, who do you have out there? What grade? That type of thing.
We got a freshman, Micah Hitt. So a little bit of inexperience, but he's got a good motor. He's going to give it everything he's got. Nice little double leg takedown for him. Good kid, hard worker, one of the harder workers in the room. Smart kid too, one of those great kids too. So we love to have those on the team.
That's kind of have. They never give you any problems, do they?
Well, he actually almost he got a penalty point for him. He got semi-slammed in his first match tonight. Almost wasn't able to continue. So
Yeah, boy, he really got hammered.
He's bounced back and obviously seems to be okay. Here comes the takedown. You see the double, head to the side.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted to be in a position to be taken down again after that last match because he got dropped on his head pretty hard.
All right.
These mats are pretty amazing. When you started out, Greg, weren't you wrestling on gym mats with a canvas cover?
Actually true. Literally true. We would roll out the cover and tape it underneath the gym mats.
Yeah.
And put weights on, to hold it under.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And you get slammed on that, you felt it.
Oh boy.
Maybe that's where all these concussions came from. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Had a few.
We're down to the last 30 seconds here, and we're.
Well, he's got to jump to the other side, I think, with that
cradle. Yeah.
And if he does that and sits back, like, all right.
Now he's using a little spiral ride. We were talking about this in the last match. One of the things I noticed in the Colerain Hamilton match is that I didn't see any spiral rides. And most of the time you saw just, cranking out half Nelsons and tight waist and things like that. Pretty surprising here. You've got a freshman, Micah Fields, who does go into a bit of a spiral ride. And
freshman at 132s, that's upperweight now. I know with Division II, you see that a little more. But, Rich and his brother, they've got some youth wrestling. They've had some programs. There's kids from Ross that don't necessarily walk onto the mat for the first time when they enter high school.
No, that's true.
So,
and Ross has just been consistently one of the top 3 Division II teams certainly in the immediate area.
Right, you get Blanchester, Ross, and Wilmington almost every year. Yep. Kind of thing.
And Ross has finished well up in the state tournament on a number of occasions.
Yeah, and they've got a couple good potential. They got 2 state qualifiers from last 2 years, returning state qualifiers. So we should be able to see, hopefully see Rich up there with several of his wrestlers again this year in March.
Well,
here we go. Good ride by Reilly. As their coach earlier said that he's had success in the junior high program, so not complete stranger to wrestling, obviously.
Yeah.
So now he's up at the varsity. Now this match he gets to wrestle someone, shall we say, same stature and same experience level kind of thing. So they both wrestled Hamilton's as a junior senior. They're one of their better wrestlers and came out with a loss. So this will be kind of
this is good opportunity for these two. Yeah. And Tanner Real is riding tight. Both of them trying to get into cradles.
Yeah.
Real's trying to go to the near cradle.
He get his escape.
Fields is out.
He didn't get out. Didn't give him. He didn't. He was
Didn't
out.
get it?
No, well, they were on the line and he hadn't turned and faced. So.
This is Paul Bronco, our lead official in this match.
Okay, we have an alignment problem again. He had that problem in the first match.
It's Randy Adams, the secondary official out there.
Well, what happens, especially these freshmen, you get in bad habits in practice because you get tired and you don't line up correctly, and it becomes so in a match you just go down and you're not lined up right.
Yeah.
Boom. You get cautioned a couple times, cost you a point, cost you a match. So you got to get be smart along with locking your hands. Oh, running off the mat.
Fleeing.
Fleeing the mat.
It's kind of an unusual. You don't see that a lot. I'm glad to see it called because it's actually done a lot. A lot of.
All right. We got to look this over because he called red.
But who's getting who?
I don't know about this score here.
See,
didn't he call
for a while?
Didn't he call fleeing the mat?
Yeah, but maybe it was pushing off.
Well,
yeah, he did.
He called fleeing the mat,
right,
which should have made it 2-1, which would make it.
But there's still nothing on the board.
Still, it should be. No, it's 4-0. They've got 5-0. It's either 4-0 or 3-1. They've got the score.
Now they show 6.
I don't know where that's coming from. That ain't right.
We'll figure it out in a little bit.
Get him to come over.
Call him over because if we go any further, it'll be a.
Ref. He needs you. Table needs. They got score problem. What? Let's get the score right. The score's wrong. Take down the stage. Caution.
We just.
Now they got it.
We just did something we can't do. We just stopped a match.
Well,
that's the power of television.
They said they didn't know what the score was. I said, hey, get the officials over, so get it right.
So it is 5-0.
Well, it's easier to stop it in the middle of the period, get it right, then try and go back 2 minutes.
Oh, it's always a mess.
Because they were confused. Everybody was.
And it's well, like we said at the outset, everybody's kind of new to what they're doing here. This is probably Colerain's first home meet, and so they're having to struggle with it with their clock and score operators over here. And that's Michael Fields there on top and riding hard, but he's not going outside. He's going to have to get out and work. He's staying in line and pushing down with the head is not going to work enough. He's got to do something out of that spiral. There's 2-on-1. Can't sit on that. Real hasn't done a whole lot. It snaps down on it.
Okay, still stand behind. Got to come out.
Yep. So 2-on-1 on the wrist. Sitting on that 2-on-1. Tanarao needs to establish a base himself. He's been warned for stalling. I was just going to say, can't wait. Gee.
He got it back.
Wow. he turned into that.
Didn't get it. He didn't control the head.
Yeah.
Just had the waist. You got to get that head and shoulders and control them to the mat.
Tanner Royal needs to peel that forearm off and get his hips under his shoulders more. There's the point. 1 point red.
That's 6. So 1 more point.
You still haven't posted.
Another game of point to start.
That's the end of it. It's a win for Tanner Ryle with a 6-0 victory.
Yeah. All right.
So Colerain starts this second round off with a win.
38. We got a 45. We don't have a 38. But they don't have a 45. Whatever you guys want to do. We don't have a 38. We got a 45. We don't have a 45.
Okay, now we're getting ready. We'll be going to 138 pounds. And whoa.
Yes. Versus Colerain for Ross, Brandon Luther is wrestling 152.
We're waiting right now to hear from Tim over here on the Ross bench.
Well, we're not going to hear from Tim. Here we go.
All right, Pip, come on out to the side. Come on out to the side. Step out and run it. Deep. Good fighter on bottom. Come up. Keep attacking the wrist. Nice job. Keep his head down. Good and tight. Good and tight. Good and tight. Good and tight.
Oh, he's turning. He's got it tight. As you said, keeping it chest to chest.
Good job, Pip. Good job.
The other voice you hear at this point is Rich Dunn, the Ross coach, and Ross picks up a pin victory here.
152, so.
And that would have been Brandon Luther, who last year was a district qualifier at 138 pounds. So he's moved up. And that brings us to 160 pounds.
All right, for Tyler Young for Ross, who actually wrestled 52.
Anthony Fries for Colerain.
Let me look at this.
Coach,
Tony Fries is.
I think this one took a forfeit for you last round.
No,
What do you have?
This is Daniels
Tyler
for
Young.
Colerain.
Another junior for us. Saw a lot of action last year varsity-wise. Qualified for districts, and obviously he's going to have his hands full against Josh here tonight. So
This is Josh Daniels.
Cramp going on
yeah,
here.
hopefully Josh will be okay. Should be a good match.
Have they matched up yet? You said you wrestled with these guys up in Franklin?
Nope, we haven't seen, nor have these guys seen each other.
Oh, okay.
So this is our first time out against each other.
If you can get this cramp taken care of.
Josh is a senior, so we've probably got to correct our graphics. This is Josh Daniels wrestling for Colerain. Josh Daniels.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual to pick a cramp up this early in a match.
Yeah, well, and you know, the other part of the problem was, you know, he didn't wrestle. He won by forfeit the other match. So this is his first time out. So he's been sitting around. Probably didn't warm up real well, possibly. And so it was just a cramp. We got injury time. So And, you know, I don't think he was cutting any weight, so, but, you know, he might have cut to get to 152.
Yeah, I was going to say, he may have,
so.
because they're pumping water, and they dumped a little bit of water in him.
And he's
there.
a 3 or 4 year starter for them, so
yeah.
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, tempted Granby.
Oh, man, illegal.
Wing.
Illegal, yep.
Chicken wing.
Yep, he went up, came up too high on
Yeah, he didn't go
shoulder.
across him. Yeah, it's 2-0.
Josh grew up in Mount Healthy, my old area. Right?
Did he really?
Yeah. Moved over here to Colerain. So went
Wait,
from an owl to a cardinal.
He escaped also? Is that
Yeah,
it?
so
You guys are
I'm not saying that.
escapees?
You would not say that about me.
I just, you know, I never figured out. You know, it's nice to see people stay in their home districts. You know, you go over there on the west side, and everybody stays where they started. You know, and you get over in here and over on the east, and everybody's scrambled.
Josh has done a nice job. He's got a lot of experience. 2-1. He's been about this weight almost all the time at 38-45. He's kind of.
Well, he's a 2-time disqualifier.
Yeah, right.
2-time GMC place winner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Tyler Young was third in the sectional and sixth in the district. So these are two good kids.
Well, he Young bumped up to wrestle
he did.
Daniels. So
yeah, and you can see the physical difference in him. Daniels has got a little bit bigger upper body. Did you ever bump up when you were
12-20 a couple times?
Did you?
And it was so nice. I didn't have to cut weight for a week. Yeah. We've kind of given up on the team score for them up there. So.
Yeah, I don't know what. No, I am. That score isn't right.
15-6 is. Well, wait a second. Was it a double forfeit? Then there's no points.
Right.
So it's 9-0 though.
Right.
So.
Pretty sure they will.
Yeah, 38 was a double forfeit.
So
45. Well, I don't know. We don't know. We think the team score is 9-0, but I'm not sure of that. Guys were forfeiting and they were doing it here in front of this.
I'll get it squared away after here. But right now, you got Josh Daniels about putting it on the Tyler Young.
Young's staying up pretty good. He's pretty far up yet. He's getting away near fall. Daniels.
This is hard work for Tyler Young. He got out of it.
But it wears on you.
Okay, 8-1, 20 seconds left here in the second period. Nice free shot there.
Yeah, he came right back in and followed up a shot with a shot.
Gonna get to 2.
Nice job with the takedown.
Ooh, almost got a lock in hands there too. Got lucky. 10-1, 10-2, excuse me. There we go. He's going to stay there for. Oh, don't give up that point with 1 to go. Held on. Good job. Good, nice finish for Josh here. Now we got the third period. (10-3).
He's tried that Granby roll a couple times, and he gets closer to exposing every time.
Well, he's trying to drive with his outside foot. You got to drive with your inside foot to get the leverage.
Well, you got to get your hip, and you got to have some hand control in there too. And there he gets an escape. Young is on his feet now. This is a big jump. Tyler Young wrestled at 138 pounds last year. Here he's competing at 160 pounds, although obviously wrestling up.
Well, he's got length. He just
yeah. As a coach, you know, you try and move your people to the most advantageous position. But the Daniels has got a warning for stalling now.
Yeah. Team-wise, if he can get another takedown, he can get an 8-point major decision, get him an extra team point. Yep, out of bounds. 44 seconds.
One more, Josh. Come on, Josh. Let's get one here. Let's get one here. Shoot.
30 seconds left.
It may very well be that there's a point for Young for stalling. It's 10-4. That's the end of the period. And Josh Daniels of Colerain comes through with a 10-4 victory. Picks up another 3 for the Cardinals. And we move on to 170 pounds. We'll have Austin Poling. We have a communications breakdown between here and the Ross bench. Tim's flipped every switch he can find, and it's not working. Oh, it's. Oh, now he's back on.
All right, but here's the deal. Let's get this corrected.
Let's try it again. Who's this?
This is Austin Hamlin, a nice freshman. Worked himself in the lineup for us this year. Had a real successful season last year as an 8th grader. As you can see, he's got a good body here, nice and strong. Used a little bit of strength to pull off that last takedown and see what he can do here on top.
Yeah, built pretty well for a freshman.
Okay, that sets us up at 170 pounds for Ross. Oh.
See, they bumped him down.
They bumped.
This is 160.
Now I'm confused.
No, the last one was 152. How did they get 2 straight targets? They did. 145 and 152.
Well, anyway, we have Austin Hamlin is got his takedown here and really put in a nice cross body. Didn't score it.
You're wrestling Austin Hamlin.
Austin Hamlin of Ross. Well, I don't know.
Hambly.
Well, that's what the guy told me. I don't know. Anthony, where's your stuff?
Anthony Freeze from Colerain. Anthony Freeze at Colerain. Austin Hamlin for Ross.
Hey.
Okay, this is 160.
Yeah, Austin Hamlin
Freeze
is getting
of Colerain
right,
and Hamlin of Ross.
There's your pin.
And Hamlin picks up the pin at 160. Okay.
Now we're going to 170.
It should be.
Should be Chase Sayers from Ross.
Sayers.
Sayers.
No, that's not right. They moved him up.
Guys, the man just walked onto the mat.
This should be.
This is a freshman from
This should be
Colerain. Paulo Signy.
Paulo Signy.
He's a freshman at 170.
At
He's
170.
wrestling Chase Sayers, also at 170.
It's Austin Poling of Ross.
No, it isn't. It's Chase Sayers. I just talked to him. This is Chase Sayers in on the takedown. Lets him go.
What, that he snacks that
run.
low single a lot. Yeah, it's got to be this kid. He's a junior.
So Sayers is winning 6-3. Oh, he thinks
It'll be more than that.
Yeah. Well, like we said, this was the freshman last
Yep.
time he wrestled when he wrestled against Hamilton.
Double.
That's the end of that match. Sorry for the confusion, folks. It's sometimes when you have two wrestlers in the same weight class, we're never sure what they're going to weigh in at.
We were given some bad information on it too.
Yeah.
Because we were told one thing was going to happen and something else happened. So that's the way that one goes. What is it? 180.
182.
Okay.
182. Yeah.
Yeah, 182.
Okay, so Jones bumped up here. We got Dalton. We just had a forfeit for So Dalton Jones, sophomore state qualifier, 195 as a sophomore he was. He's a senior this year. Wrestling 195 against Colerain. Colerain's wrestler is that the Chris Albert. I guess he bumped up early. So Chris Albert and Jones are wrestling each other at 195. They're really both 182 pounders, but
yeah, I don't understand.
Well, it's 6 to 1/2 dozen the other.
We'll worry about the. I guess we're going to have to.
Well, that's what it is. What they did was they let their 82-pounder win by forfeit, and they both bumped to 195. So one bumped to 195, then the other guy bumped to 195. This is 195 weight class. Here we go. 27-3 team score. That is correct.
If there be time to expose through discussion the...
So here we go.
Well, Dalton Jones was a state qualifier last year.
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
13, yeah, you're right. 13. He was
Didn't make it
district
last
qualifier,
year.
yeah. Won the sectionals and was a district qualifier, but didn't get out.
It was a tough district there last year at D2 at that weight. So.
Red warning stalling. For neutral.
Go, Chris.
And there's the end of the first period. No points. There's the escape, so it's 1-0. Well, these boys are their experienced wrestlers for both schools. It's kind of nice to see a good match like that. Herbert's kind of just playing good defense. Albert, excuse me. Yeah.
Well, Jones. Albert wants to get in there, but Jones has got a really solid defense. Every time Albert makes a move, Jones puts him in danger. That was a nice second shot.
Yeah.
Came back off an initial shot, came back and caught it with the second one. That was a nice job.
This kind of slowed down a little bit.
These upper weights aren't going to be rolling around quite as much as the little guys. Of course, we got little guys coming back here a bit.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on that shoulder right there. He's walking
Sure is.
around.
As sore as my shoulder is right now, I was cringing.
You'd have been pinned. You'd have rolled over and said, "That's enough."
Yeah. Pain is a remarkable force that
motivator.
Yes, sir, boy. Nice second shot
there
again.
You go. That was finish. That wrestler's always, they get that first move, but they don't do the second. That was a perfect example. If the first one's not there, second.
It may be that Dalton Jones learned something here since he didn't get through that district last year,
Man on a mission, huh?
Yes, sir. Could be. Maybe a guy to watch for down the road.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Albert's a two-time district qualifier.
I was just going to say, unfortunately, the way this match is matching up for Colerain side, they're good kids are wrestling Ross's good kids. So it's not like give and take. And they're losing some. They've got kids that are good wrestling good matches, but they're wrestling good wrestlers. So losing the tight ones. Albert can protect in there, side of the mat.
Coach
Still
Dunn.
50 seconds left in the second period.
Coach Dunn was saying before this match that last week they were wrestling in the Franklin tournament, and he said his kids wrestled really flat. They just didn't produce, and it looks to me like they're working pretty well tonight.
It's hard to stay up for every match. It's a long season, and you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low, but you want to try and pick your spots. Especially a tournament early in the season. I come into the first week of the season, you're wrestling 5 matches in 2 days.
Boy, Albert almost had the takedown there.
Right.
That was close. He worked really hard on that. Trailing 7-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9-1 here.
Yep.
Tough match.
Yeah, that was a good match. The
score wasn't as indicative of the match. I mean, it was a good match here. So now we got 220. Chastain from Ross.
And Jacob Davids, another freshman from Colerain. And Carson Chastain, who is a sophomore, and yet last year was a district qualifier.
And pinned his guy he pinned his kid the first match. He pinned the Hamilton kid. And
picks up the takedown right away.
Well, there's been some
Chastain
wrestling.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. That's right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We've heard the name before.
It's not like he's new to the mat.
Yeah.
His mom probably can tell you about a lot of things that have been broken in the house with between him and his brothers.
Nice. There's the pin.
There it is.
Didn't even get to get it out of my mouth, but it was a good full Nelson.
Yeah.
He just lifted the head. And so his team score is 37-3 here. Now we'll go to 285, which
this is a mismatch.
We haven't seen Colerain didn't wrestle. There was
no.
Hamilton had a forfeit, so neither of the kids have wrestled.
Let's go, Brandcamp.
This is Josh Brandcamp, a sophomore from Colerain, and
from Ross.
Yep.
Okay.
Jeremy Rosenblum.
Right, Rosenblum. Sorry.
He's a junior. And our communications broke down again to the other mic.
Placer, Jason Chastain. So nice to see him keeping that tradition out there. Now we got a junior, Jeremy Rosenblum. Big, solid kid. Good football player. Got him off the football field this year. And so heavyweight's been taken up last few years by Gavin Peacock, and you know, he was state placer or state qualifier, district placer every year. So
big shoes here.
So big shoes to fill. So
yeah,
we're hoping he does all right.
Okay, so Tim resurrected our sound system over there with the help from the masterminds in the truck, and that's a little bit on Jason Rosenblum's background.
Well,
he's a first-year wrestler.
Josh Brandkamp needs to quit worrying about his headgear so much. They're both. So who's going to bring who to the mat here is what it looks like. And there's a head.
That often is the case.
Illegal.
Headlock.
Didn't have the elbow. They're going to. So we get the takedown. And see if we can see it here. See, he doesn't have the arm.
He sat under it, but he didn't have the arm under it. He had the hip under.
Well, didn't have the arm.
No, there's not at all there.
Yeah, doesn't have the arm at all.
Yeah.
So. Now he's keeping his weight on him.
It's a junior as a first-year wrestler. It's pretty hard to. It's pretty hard to start as a junior.
Yep.
That's a pretty good job there now. Brandkamp
doesn't have to control it, but he will. And now he's got.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore.
But, Josh Brandkamp is trying to, but he's giving up a lot of weight here. There's 285 pounds sitting on him, and
getting his arm through.
Yeah, there's the pin.
No, he went the wrong way right
There's nothing they could do about that once
that's a big load.
Yeah.
A big load. Yeah.
So now we have. I think we got forfeit for Ross here. Here we go. We got the Cardinals wrestling. So this will be Darius Lovett
at 106
and he's wrestling Casey
pounds.
Cronin. Is that it?
And he's wrestling Casey Cronin.
Yeah.
So. A freshman against a freshman. Two little guys again.
Yeah. Lovett's 4-3. I'm not sure Cronin's wrestled any matches.
He doesn't
yet.
have a record that we have evidence of.
He's pretty aggressive. Ooh, nice cradle. Don't think he can pin him from there, but he's getting his back points, but he didn't have it tight. He didn't let the elbow was up in the shoulder. I mean, he didn't have the shoulder tucked in.
Comes right back to the cradle.
Well, now he's got to sit through with his left leg.
Left hip.
Yep. Sell out to it. There you go. Now he's got it in there pretty tight. But Cronin's trying to fight that, get that shoulder through. He's got the arm threaded out.
Keep rolling through. There you go. There.
So 3 more. Oh, there we
somewhere
go.
He's got to find a way to get off his back.
Well, he's got to
get belly down.
It's going to be a tough fight right here for him.
Yeah, he's getting overpowered.
Lost control. He got a little fast, a little quick on that.
Well, it's nice to see that Cronin understood that he had to get flipped over there. And sometimes
spread your arm through, and
young wrestlers just don't seem to understand that.
Well, we got to. Lovett made a big mistake there. And Cronin's got a chance to get to
reversal. There's a reversal and back points. And he's got him in pretty good place there.
12 seconds. Five seconds.
Cronin spread out really nice on the mat. He's got his head up. Oh, he ran out of time.
Saved by the bell. 12-5.
Locking hands.
11-6. 11-6 they got. So here we go again.
Let's go, Casey.
Here's the takedown shot again.
Oh, to his back.
Cronin isn't ready yet on his feet.
And Levitt just gets too
Yeah.
anxious. Two more back points, so it's 15-6. Needs to learn patience when you've got when you're in control like that. Take your time, lock it up tight, and
don't go to the front.
yeah, he's going
That's where you got in trouble the last time.
But Cronin's pulling, coming out. If he can get, he's just not. Here he comes, almost.
Yeah, every
Trying
time
to get the escape. So
every time Levitt moves upward, Cronin comes out. Oh, coach told him, put him on the. Let's go on the feet. Wrestle on your feet.
Well, he's taking him down. He's got that double.
Cronin in on the leg.
Yep. He's just not strong enough this year.
No.
I don't know what he actually weighs.
He's not 106 pounds, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's just a shame. No points yet.
This kid probably came through the junior high program here at Colerain.
Like there's to give him the takedown. Coach Dunn is trying to get him to lift, but he didn't.
Yeah, he did it again.
Yeah.
And Cronin did the same thing. Came right back. Got the reversal. He didn't get the back points this time.
He's a hard, scrappy little kid. He's working at it, you know. And this will pay off dividends.
Oh, boy, yeah.
2 years down the road here.
Ooh.
Probably for both of them.
Oh, now here we go. In on a single.
All right, time in the second period, but 18-9. He gets choice. He's going to take down. He's going to let him go.
And the Ross coaching staff unanimously said, let him go.
Well, see that, actually, that's a smart move by the Colerain guy. Probably figured that was going to happen, so why take anything but get a free point?
Yeah.
You know. All right, 20-10. It's been a barn burner here.
Another illegal hole.
All right, 20-11.
Let's go, Casey.
Huh?
Keep working.
Oh, that's right.
20-11.
Yeah, that scoreboard doesn't show enough points. Yeah. Right, yeah. They're actually putting the... That's weird. There's a setting on that controller that will do it, but
get him an escape. 20-12. Cronin's on top, heads up, head to head. You got to get your head above the other guy's head, and that's what he's doing.
There he's up.
20-14 now.
Oh, you're going to do the same thing as you just scored with before. It's turnabout.
22-14. 25-14. We're trying to do this because the scoreboard can't do it. 25-14. A minute to go. Can he stay off his head? He's been struggling. He's been working pretty hard.
Whoop.
Well,
that's really great fight.
Ross kid's got a...
Oh, there you go. He got reversed. That Cronin has got heart, man. I want to tell you.
25-16 now.
What a great display of raw courage and determination.
He's got the cradle in.
Oh!
27-16. And now he's got 3 more, so it's
got 23 seconds. And he's out, and again, he's almost out. Nope, not now.
Illegal hold.
3 near.
So
Illegal
30-16.
hold, yeah.
30-17.
Yeah, Coach Dunn's over that. That should be a 2-point illegal hold. 1-1-2 progression, penalty progression.
30-18.
That'll be a 2-point penalty point, which will make it 30-18.
We've seen more points scored in this one match than almost the whole meet so far.
Yep, that's the same score we got. 30-18? That's what I got. 30-18. You guys are doing a good job.
30-18.
You're gonna have to take your shoes and socks off here in a minute.
Okay, that's
and
30
we're
to
gonna go back on our feet.
30-19. If he gives him 2, 36-19 or 35-19.
35-19.
Wow. I don't even think the officials' arms are getting tired from doing this so many times. 35-19.
That's a great match. There was some real determination on the part of both wrestlers. That was pretty dang impressive. Now we go to 113 pounds. From Colerain, we have Kenny Byers.
This will be a good match,
who is a
too.
sophomore. He was a GMC placer in a district qualifier last year. Let's see if we can get work from the microphone over there.
All right.
All right, Coach.
Come back fighting, come back fighting.
I don't think we got an introduction on the match before. This was a wild one, wasn't it? Who was that?
For excitement. Darius Lovett out there. Went a little old school there. We had a 98-pounder against a 92-pounder there.
It was the old school.
Yeah, you bet. So that was fun. Freshman there with Darius, and we got freshmen out here with Jake Gentry.
Heads up, keep
So
going,
That's
keep going.
4 freshmen in your lineup, is that right?
4, yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Middle school program's done a great job, send us some good kids. So it's great when you get some freshmen that can compete when they step up here. So
Makes you look good, doesn't it?
Hats off to Coach Sawyers and the gang down there.
Great.
So this is
There's your
Jake
takedown.
Gentry.
Yep.
He's 4-3 on the season already. At the
Plus
tournament up at Franklin, he must have.
And he
got
won
some
the match
matches.
before, so
Yeah, 5-3. Yeah.
And then his opponent, is it Fields or Kenny Byers?
Byers, yeah.
Yeah, he won his match pretty convincingly. So this will be, he's
Byers
a sophomore.
Byers is 5-1 on the
Yeah.
season so far.
He's a sophomore, isn't he?
Yeah.
So freshman and sophomore here.
That's one of the things you see so much more now is that freshmen early breaking into lineups. And I'm not talking just here in the local area. You go to the state tournament, you find, last year we saw freshmen placing in the state as in the upper weights, which is unheard of. Nobody saw a freshman at 189 pounds. Now you've got them in there.
Well, they use summer wrestling, youth wrestling, and especially at the upper weights because they're not all playing football anymore.
That's right.
Not just playing football. Yeah. And they realize that you can become a better athlete by wrestling too, So you have other sports. Okay, 2-0 here at the end of the first period.
Jake Gentry. against Kenny Byers.
Team score 48-3 here. So
that's a big spread, but
yeah, some exciting matches. Even
yeah. There were opportunities in there when Colerain was on the cusp of pulling out matches that just didn't quite work. There's Byers on top. And warning for stalling. right out of the bag. We're 30 seconds into the first period. Well, that's the second period, isn't it?
So,
for some reason, I don't know. I lose track of periods too.
I think they didn't start the clock is what happened here.
That could be. Gentry shows a lot of moxie here. See him pick that hand off. The cradle was on. He picks the hand off and took it over his head. He's going to do it again here, I think. Good counter to the cradle, and he's also staying on his base really well. That's good technique for Gentry. Byers. Gentry's in really deep on Byers now. And gets the takedown. 5-0. Oh boy, and running that lever. Got a wrist trap, an arm barred.
Here we go.
Byers comes to his feet quite well, but he isn't able to stay up there. Gentry is really a tough rider for a freshman. Really a tough rider for a freshman.
Well, wrestles plenty of matches, both summer,
sure.
Middle school.
Sure.
He's not your average freshman as far as experience goes. Byers is doing a good job too. And he was a placer. He was a district qualifier himself as a freshman.
That's right.
So, yeah, left that leg out there a little bit. He's stronger. Yep. It's like Gentry that time.
Yeah. Gentry initiated Byers initiated.
Look out. Here we go.
There he's coming back to that lever again.
Yep. Got to keep it.
He's got that bar in nice too. He's going to double that. Oh, he has.
He's got the double.
He's doubled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now he should jump over the other side. Here he comes. Yep, that's too high. Illegal. Or potentially dangerous. Potentially dangerous. So 7-0, a minute to go. Try something else. You're not going to get it on that kid.
So far we've seen Colerain is using the cradle series consistently, and Ross uses a lot of cradles. But now we're seeing a lot of diversity in here coming from the Ross lads.
He's keeping the weight forward on Byers, not allowing him to come to his feet.
Oh.
Yeah, see, he went back to the cradle.
Oh.
Can't pin him from that because you can see the shoulders up.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's going to get his count, so that's a 10. Stays there for 8 seconds. He's going to get a major decision, which will be a four-point team victory.
Oh, now he slides back.
That's it. So 10-0.
It's a major victory.
Yeah. Jake
for Jake
Gentry. Good-looking freshman wrestler.
And now we move to 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Have John Carraher. Boy, there's a familiar name.
Tyler Bell.
And Tyler Bell. Carraher's a sophomore, and Bell is a junior. Bell with the takedown. You were talking about this before, Greg. You rushed things there, you know. You gotta take a little time, make sure you got it right.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. He's still staying there on the mat.
Yeah.
And, it's not like you got.
And Bell's now and gave up the reversal.
Yeah.
John Carraher.
Good work there. This is the first match we've seen them because either one of those, Hamilton had a forfeit there, so don't know what we're.
Carraher's stepping up with that outside leg, has stepped up there a couple times. Bell hasn't taken advantage of it yet.
Well, I
One time I thought he was going to literally step over the hand, and that could be pretty tough for Carraher, but he's still in there.
Well, that's inexperience on Bell's part, you know. That's stalling on Colerain.
Carraher.
Just hanging on the hip.
Did you go to the referee's interpretation meeting this year?
I did not.
I'm wondering if they put pressure on the stalling, because this is the most. I've seen more stalling called tonight than.
Well, you'll know next week. But I think usually, quite honestly, I call stalling early in the year more to kind of. I think they do. I think they do emphasize it a little bit.
And that brings up a very important point.
5-2
next week.
Yeah.
A week from tonight. And this is the 12th of December. Well, actually, a little over a week, but next weekend is the SWOCA Glen Sample Holiday Classic tournament. We'll be down at Harrison High School again. They've got a really nice facility down there, and they've just been so cooperative and wonderful working with the Southwestern Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association.
Tournament near and dear to your heart. You did a major job in getting that thing to the position.
The thing was, you know, started by a lot of guys back over the years. It started back with Glenn Sample when he was the wrestling coach at University of Cincinnati. Did you wrestle in that?
Yes.
When you were in high school?
Yeah.
You would have been in the first tournament then.
68. Well, Beaver Creek was so good back then.
Oh yeah.
It came down. We never heard of that.
Kenny, no. And John Carraher has got a really nice exposure going here.
10-2 now, no matter what. So, but it's 54 seconds, and I think Bell's in a lot of trouble here.
Yes, he is. He's in one of those precarious positions.
And what Carraher needs to do is reach under that elbow and lift it. He's looking, but he's given that far elbow. He's not doing anything with it. He needs to scoop that far elbow and pull it towards him.
And go over the top of the head.
He's got the wrist. See, he's got to scoot. Lost it.
Should have reversed the half Nelson. But but we'll be covering the finals of the 2014 SWOCA Glen Sample Tournament, and looking for good things A lot of question marks to be answered, I think, in that tournament. A lot of changes coming about this year as a result of changing coaching positions, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Well, that's 3 more points. 13-2 going into the third period, and Bell is gassed.
Yeah, it's either that or he's. I guess he's.
Bell, excuse me. Yeah, it is Bell. Tyler Bell.
Tyler Bell.
I don't know why they've got Ross Gentry up there. Or sorry,
We've got Tyler Bell as the wrestler for Ross, not Gentry.
So we'll get that corrected here.
Well,
maybe
that was what was originally there.
Yeah.
There, Bell just got hit for locking hands.
Yep. So 15-2 now. One more takedown should do it.
John, takedown win.
Scores 15-2. Josh Carraher. But he's not going to get the takedown that way. Oh, that was. I think he gave that a little quick.
Listen, for all you wrestlers and parents and such out there
16-4
that are watching this cable cast, if you want to get this to grandparents or aunts and uncles or things like that, remember that you can do that by streaming from www.waycross.tv. If they aren't in the Waycross service area,
takedown 18-4.
You can still get it streamed right into your living room.
18-4. We got injury time, or what? 18-4. Yeah. (18-4).
Here we go. John Carraher looks like he's going to win this thing. Unless something really remarkable occurs in the next 56 seconds. He's got an 18-4 advantage. And Tyler Bell is looking like he's not ready to come back and score.
Going the wrong way. He needs to jump over. Come over this side, throw the half, and get this over with. Right here. Take your right hand. There it is.
He wants to hold on to the wrist.
Yeah,
and lift.
go to half.
You roll through that so well. You get the half in, get the armpit right up on his ear. You can
gonna win the match.
Control him pretty well there.
Well, there he's got it. He gets the 2. So it is a tech fall, 20-4.
24 tech fall. Right at the end of the match.
5 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yep.
And I think we got
should be 126.
Yep.
And we should have a match here.
Yep.
We do.
Aaron Cox, I think, for
for Ross, Jeremy Graff.
We saw this earlier. Cox was
another freshman here for
Colerain.
Colerain.
Cox.
And Cox is a state qualifier. This is a tough match for young Jeremy here. But you learn something. If you learn something from it, it's worth it. You know, so you got to start somewhere. And
he's starting.
He's learning.
This won't last long.
That cradles are not good to be in.
There's the pin.
That's over with.
State qualifier versus a freshman. Yeah, that's kind of a
that was a given.
Advantage. Well, that's it.
That was a given.
So 64-8.
That was a pretty big spread. But there's a lot of freshmen from Colerain.
Well,
and
Dave,
that speaks well for the future. There's a future that you can see coming up. That you know, we can have things develop here for Colerain. We're looking forward to seeing these youngsters emerge over the over the rest of this season and over the year.
Well, we'll see you next week then, Dave.
Yeah,
same.
and we'll have Tim with us, and maybe we'll have, maybe I'll take the mic and let Tim come up here and chat with you at the next event.
All right.
Well, thanks so much to all of you who are watching out there this evening. Thanks especially to the volunteers of Waycross Community Media. That's what makes this whole program go, are the volunteers here at Waycross Community Media. So good night, and for Tim and Greg and myself, see you down the road.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.